Binti Wan Omar, and this is the reflection of my group portfolio project. Okay, so first of all, this is the introduction. The title of our project is Designing a Valid, Fair and Reliable Assessment Tool for Science Subject in Topic Interaction Among Living Things for Year 6 students. So, as I said, this is the end of topic test, and it is targeted for Year 6 and Science, which is the topic interaction among living things, and me personally, my position is data analyst for group 1. Okay, so this is the overview of our group assessment tool. First of all, the learning outcomes of the topic, we have 3. The student has to be able to explain 3 types of interaction among living things, classify 5 examples of symbiotic relationships, create a poster of interactions among living things. And the purpose of our test that we created, first we want to evaluate cognitive skill across various levels of Bloom taxonomy, as you see above, measure students' scientific reasoning and their ability to make connection between ecological concept and real-world example. Lastly, encourage individual expression and creativity in representing scientific knowledge through visual means. So our assessment is end of topic test, and also the structure of assessment would be 10 MCQ, 3 true or false question, 2 short answer and 1 creating poster. Okay, so my individual contribution in this project. So first, I make the list of questions for the interview session to the elementary school teacher. So I develop the question for the test. I do data collection, marking and analyzing the student answer after we get their answer. And also, I refine the test after we got the feedback from the student and also the teachers. Okay, so the analysis of learning assessment. So, the test measure cognitive and effective learning. So first, we have to make sure that our test assess multiple levels of Bloom taxonomy. So, we targeted understanding in section A and section B, where MCQ and true or false, we have students to identify and explain basic concept of interaction. And then for section C, the Bloom taxonomy is applying because it is short answer. Students have to explain ecological interaction and give real life example. And for section D is creating the highest level of Bloom taxonomy, where students have to design a poster. Okay? So, how the test measured effective learning? So in section D, which is poster creating, we measure students by evaluating their interest and enthusiasm. So of course they have to create the poster. Okay, they have to make sure that they create the poster with interest and enthusiasm. Okay, next, there are a few strategies to ensure fairness, validity and reliability, 3 most important aspects in creating a test. So first, fairness. Our questions are aligned with the Year 6 Science syllabus, ensuring accessibility for all students. And also, we provide clear instruction and familiar context, reduce bias and confusion. So this is how we ensure fairness. Okay, next, how we ensure validity. Our test items are directly aligned with the standard learning objective and target intended cognitive level. Okay, our test also provide real life example. Okay, to make sure that the test is authentic and relevant to the students. Okay. So, how we ensure reliability? First, our objective question format, multiple choice and true or false have maintained consistency in scoring. So, we created MCQ and also true or false because this type of question maintain consistency. There are no bias because the answer and the points are fixed. So, the rubric or clear criteria can be used for subjective item. We created subjective item, short answer and also poster, and we created rubric for that to be able to make sure that the reviewer or the teachers mark using the rubric and there is no bias. Okay, so my personal reflection for this project. So first of all, in aligning test item with the learning objective, okay, to ensure that each question targeted the correct cognitive level in Bloom taxonomy. This is one of the challenges faced by our group in order to align the test item to the learning objective. Okay, the second challenge is balancing difficulty level to diverse student ability. As we know, students have different abilities. We have to make sure that our difficulty level of students of tests, okay, cater to different students. Okay, after challenges, what have I learned? Okay, I understand that a deeper understanding of how to create assessment that is not only valid and reliable, but also meaningful and student student-centered because our test is for the students, so it has to be meaningful for the students. And then the need for fairness in assessment, especially in terms of language clarity, cultural relevance and accessibility. Okay, it is important for every test to be fair in a lot of aspects. Okay, how the project impacted my view on assessment. So first, I understand that assessment is not just a tool for grading, but also an integral part of the learning process that can motivate and guide students. As we know, test is not something that the teacher gave to test the students, but it is also a part of learning. Students learn by doing the test. The project showed me that valid and fair assessment require intentional design. We go through a lot of phases in order to make sure that our test is fair and valid. Okay, so as a conclusion, assessment is not merely about measuring learning, but also it is about enhancing through thoughtful design, continuous reflection and responsiveness to students' need. In creating a well-rounded test, we have to ensure that every aspect of it are taken into consideration. Fairness, validity, reliability, to make sure that the test is meaningful for the students, to make sure that it caters different learning styles, to make sure that it helps the students through their learning process. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.